In a moment. Hope everybody's healthy and up early. So I guess you guys must be morning birds. I'm not sure what I am. So let's go to PowerPoint, general senses. Okay, so what are the general senses? We have receptors, we have free nerve endings, we have specialized cells, such as the eye, the ear, the nose, equilibrium, and then touch, pressure, heat, pain. But we're constantly aware of our environment. And how do we do that? Because we have these special receptors. When you first sit in a chair, you may be aware of the fabric of the chair and where you're making contact with the chair, but after a while, the receptor adapts and you don't think about it and you don't feel it anymore. A receptive field is the area monitored, so you can compare your fingertips to the back of your neck. So your fingertips are able to distinguish very, very fine detail of anything you may touch. Oops, so let's keep going. Okay, so as I said, general senses, temperature, pain, touch, pressure, vibration. Proprioception means receptors that give you the position, the condition of stretch of your muscles, and the location of your joints. Okay, we got well, not everybody, but some people in. Special senses, smell, taste, vision, balance, hearing. The receptors are located in your ear and your eye. It's amazing what we are able to be aware of. So I'm looking at this PowerPoint, I can see colors, I can see black and white obviously, and I can see detail. That's all being processed instantaneously by our visual cortex, just inside the occipital bone in the back of our brain. So we talked about receptive fields. Here we have receptive fields. So the size of the area monitored by the receptors, the size of those fields is going to be varied according to fingertips versus back of the neck versus your lips and your face. Your lips are very, very sensitive for a number of reasons. I'll let y'all consider those. Y'all are old enough. Okay. So when you stimulate, when you touch something, when it's hot, when it's cold, the stimulation of the receptor produces a nerve signal that is carried to the spinal cord first, and the amplification of the intensity. So the intensity of a stimulus is the frequency of the action potentials. A person's perception depends upon where it goes in the central nervous system. What type of receptors do we have? Pain, referred pain, burning, various types of pain that we can experience, sad to say. I hope nobody has any major pain stimulation today. Referred pain is especially important in a heart attack. The person may feel pain along their left arm and left shoulder. So I hope nobody's experienced that. I'm lucky I haven't had a heart attack. Okay, temperature reception detects changes in temperature. Their free nerve ending found in the dermis, skeletal muscle, liver, hypothalamus. They're fast adapting. In other words, you're aware of the heat, then you'll probably forget about it. And cold receptors greatly outnumber warm receptors. Fast adapting also. If you're very, very hot, you'll move to the shade, drink some water, change your location, and so on. We can also note touch, pressure, and position, mechanoreceptors, tactile receptors throughout our skin, baroreceptors. We can sense pressure changes in the walls of blood vessels, digestive organs, bladders and lungs. Proprioceptors are constantly telling us where the positions of our joints and muscle. That's when we learn to walk, able to sit up. I'm sure you remember being a baby where you were so young that you couldn't sit up. So you had to learn as you grew to work with proprioceptors, and you're constantly having information fed to the spinal cord and into various positions in the cerebral hemisphere. These tactile receptors are, some are very, very sensitive. Others are not quite as sensitive. So just think, you have a nerve receptor at the root of your hair, every hair. You'll have tactile discs, tactile corpuscles. Lamellated means many layers. Ruffini corpuscles. So free nerve endings at the base of every hair is a root hair nerve plexus, Merkel's disc, Meissner's disc. This is also called Pacinian corpuscles, Ruffini corpuscles. The tactile corpuscles, such as the Meissner's disc, are located in the dermal papilla. So the skin is quite richly innervated with nerves. We can definitely be aware of our environment, remove ourselves from dangerous situations. And so suppose you're in a building and you smell natural gas, because natural gas has been infused with a very strong sulfur smell. You hightail it out of there. As you probably know, when in your young life, you've probably heard of people killed by natural gas explosions. So we'll talk about olfactory or smell coming up. Let's go ahead and stop here, and we'll go back to right here. We got more people in. Allow. Okay, so stop recording. Stop.